or you can just ask. You can just ask like directly. Am I your friend? Do you think of me as your friend or something like that? And other people will be like, of course, I think of you as my friend. We've been together for 10 years. What the hell, Saku? Or something like that. So yeah, it always helps to be direct sometimes. Says here, in empathetic, I'm empathetic too, but the M is silent. No! No, don't do that to yourself. It's my birthday soon, but we're not friends. Oh no! No, when there's a con, oh no. There I hopefully there's a con soon after this pandemic is going on. I will be I will be giving you something. Okay? So my physical my physical my love language is physical objects. Of course I'm gonna give you something because I give Wanya some before the chocolates because he won the chocolates, right? So I think there's like 3 winners of the chocolates and the third winner didn't show up. So Hayaka ended up eating the chocolates that I made. Yeah. So those are the type of things I give. Says here, I don't like bothering people. Oh, the way that you know Rin is my best girl surprise. Oh, heart, heart, heart. Of course I would know. Okay, so let me just go here to I reached my final bullet for making friends with an individual. How about how to make friends? Oh no. How to make friends with a group of people. So this is still actual demonstration. Okay. Just go ahead and draw happy faces. Okay. Okay. So I just drew here a scenario wherein this is you. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Let's try to draw hair. Hair. Okay, this one has a mohawk. Okay. This one has long hair. Or something like that. Okay. So this is you. You. Okay, this is you, and you approach a good group of people. You saw that, wow, their aesthetic is very nice and they look like good people. They look like good people. How would you know? Okay, they look like people that I want to be friends with. Okay, so you see this group of people, then how would you approach them? Okay, this is a kind of a intermediate move because this is a group of people. This is not something an introverts would dare to do, but for an extrovert like me, I would scan first the group of people. So I would assess how I would best approach them. So I would look at them and and assess who is the leader of the group. Find the leader of the group in order to be included in their conversations, because the leader, of course, the leader knows which person to include in their group, right? So if you interact directly with the leader, then you're most likely to infiltrate the group. You know what I'm saying? So find the leader. So how would you know who the leader of the group is? So they so you would know by assessing their body language. So here comes the body language, the science and psychology of body language. So when someone is interesting, right, and you're having a conversation with that person, your body would shift naturally to that person to be more accessible to that person, right? To be more accessible, to have more access to that person. So of course you would face this way. So you would face your shoulders, sometimes your hips, and your feet. For example, this is your feet. I can show my feet now because I'm not wearing anything on my feet. Okay, so for example, this is my feet, and the person I'm talking to is very interesting. Of course, I would subconsciously, I would not manually shift my feet to him, okay? Him or her. So if that person is interesting, of course my body language would shift toward that person, as well as my shoulders, right? So even though I'm not directly looking at him, like I'm looking at other members reaction, my body would shift towards that person. So if that person find that person which the members are leaning closely to, or shifting their body language towards to, that most likely is the person. And sometimes when someone is cracking a joke, and they would like, people will be like laughing like and then the person that they look at when they're laughing is the person that they like. Most likely it's the leader, but let's not dwell into romantic feelings. So let's assume that the person that they like is the leader. So of course they would naturally look at the leader, even though the leader was not the person that gave the joke. So yes, find the leader and infiltrate the group by talking to the leader, of course, because the leader um gives access to the person inside the group. So but this is very hard because you're most likely gonna get rejected if they're really into what they're talking about, and you don't have that much to contribute to the conversation. You're gonna get rejected. But if they if they're engaged in their conversation too much, do not attempt more, okay? If you have been rejected flatly, then whoo, then bail. But if they didn't mind you, then try to come closer. And then, for example, they playing a tabletop game or something like, what's a game that's very engaging, for example, chess or something like that. Okay, so for two people playing chess, and then people are whispering among themselves. For example, that group of friends that you want to be included to are whispering, oh, that queen should move there, that bishop should move there. And you would try to be, I think the best move would be to move this pawn so that his bishop would eat this pawn. And of course, and then you would be included in their conversations. And if your insight is intellectual, is good, of course they're gonna include you in the conversation. So these are just a scenario. There are millions and billions of other scenarios that could happen. So this is just a specific scenario that I got on top of my mind. But yeah, try to give insightful ideas. Try to give ideas that they wouldn't have thought of without you, so that they would include you in their conversation. This is 200 IQ skills. So set here by let me just go ahead. Sorry, my notifications keep on popping up. Okay. Says here by Akachi Yosoro. Friends with group of people. Takes notes. Love PSK. There's an imposter there. I mean, imposter. Find imposter. Stand tall, T-pose, assert dominance. Whoever reacts violently is the leader. By the way, I just retook the Myers-Briggs test. I am INTP. T apparently. Oh, you are an introvert, but I am an introvert. 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 Extrovert. I am ENTP. Introvert. Okay. Sorry, I'm laughing at my own jokes. I'm the leader. I'm the leader. Okay, let's hear. What if you can't sense who the leader of the group is? They all have some bits of being the leader. Okay, so for example, there's a group of people, and of course, when you're with your group of friends, you naturally tend to be like in subgroups, right? You naturally tend to be in subgroups. For example, when you're walking together, of course you can't walk together like in a file and a line like this. Of course, you're gonna be in a subgroups, and you talk to the subgroup like that. So try to infiltrate the subgroup if the leader is absent or something like that. So if you can't enter the subgroup, try to enter other subgroups, and then when you're friends with the subgroup, of course the subgroup will introduce you to the main group or something like that. So this is a very immediate skill. So don't be afraid if you get rejected. It's okay. Treat them as learning experiences. So my next so we're done with making friends with individual or group or friends. And then says here, don't mind peers. So for example, you're trying to approach. You're trying to approach a high tier person, for example, a famous person. So um, of course that will affect your way of friendship with that person, because that person will not treat you as a friend, rather treat you as something, something low, something low, something like that. So it depends. If you want to be friends with a high tier person, for example, a famous person, you have to be at least like on their level, so that their managers could introduce you with each other, or their photographers could introduce you with each other, something like that. So if you want to reach someone of high level, then try to match their vibe. Okay, that's why we call it vibing, because you guys match each other's vibrations. Vibe. Okay, so says here, I have already like mentioned like the stuff on my brainstorm. Let me just go ahead and skim through this to make sure I don't miss anything. So, oh, here, since you are an introvert, Wanya Zone, how do you make friends? Do you wait for an extrovert to approach you? Because my list here is a general extrovert way to approach people and to make friends out of them. So my question is, how do I know if an introvert is interested in making friends with me or something like that? So that's my question for Wanya Zone. By Akachi Yasuro. What if you can? Okay, so I have already read that. Sorry, Wanya Zone. Extrovert equals entropy plus negative vert. Oh, yeah. Entropy, by the way, if you don't know, is actually chaos. So entropy is finding energy through chaos, the disorder. By Akachi Yosero, there is something that happened to me in trying to be friends with a group of people. I ended up being natural friends with just one of them. Wow! So what I'm actually saying in theory is actually applicable in real life. So thank you, Akachi Yosero, for verifying what I'm saying here. That's why I'm taking notes. Wow! Thank you very much, Akachi Yosero, for taking notes. This is just a random lesson with Tanchikon. So here is my other. Let me just go ahead and see. So body language, they get to talk when they're really interested. Okay, so I have already said that. And then any kind of support to your friends means a lot. So verbal support, and then boost support, any kind of support. Just support your friends. It doesn't go like the one way. Okay, so if you're saying that, oh, I don't have friends, but you already have friends sometimes. For example, your classmates. Do you support them? Do you check up on them? Do you share their their stuff that needs to be shared or something like that? Of course, people would come to you if you emanate that kind of vibe. If you emanate a good vibe, a good friend, of course, good friends would come to you because you're emanating that kind of vibe. You attract what kind of vibe you're projecting to other people. So if you're a toxic kind of friend, of course you would attract toxic kind of people, but not all the time. Okay, sometimes toxic people come to random people which are very innocent, who are very innocent. So not all the time. So if you're a toxic person, of course you're gonna attract bad rumors and then bad stuff. Attract them. But sometimes innocent people get mixed up with toxic people that are their friends. But why are they still friends with this toxic person? Why are they tolerating this kind of person? If I have a toxic friend, I would tell that friend that toxic behavior that he or she makes in order for that person to improve. But if that person does not listen to me and continues to make that kind of bad behavior, I would get rid of that friend. Thankfully, I don't have that kind of friend. But if I have that kind of friend that does things illegally and still, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I'm gonna do illegal things. And your future police, I don't care. I'm gonna mind my own business. And of course, I would try to cut the person off my life if I have that kind of friend. But thankfully, all my friends are law-abiding citizens. So says here, let me just go ahead and read the comments by Akachi Yosuro. And that natural friend is complete opposite of me. Wow, that's so nice because sometimes I'm very very glad to have friends, especially if they're my complete opposites. Because oh my, how I'm able to get other point of view on a matter that I wouldn't naturally think of. So yeah, friends that are opposite you are actually nice to have, and I think I'm very very blessed with all my friends because all my friends are always there for me. Even though I do messy stuff, they're always there to me for me to support me. Love PSK. I used to be a solo con-goer since I'm an introvert. Good thing some extroverts approach me. I'm still an introvert to others though. Oh, that's so sweet because sometimes when I see an extrovert, I would just, ah, yes, an extrovert, an introvert, or something like that. Because most of my friends are actually introverts. Who's an introvert? Sushi. Sushi is an introvert friend. And of course, I would just drag Sushi along with me. Ha, Sushi, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here and do all this stuff. So, having an introvert friend is very nice because um, my energy I could give to someone was not do not have the same kind of energy. But actually, Sushi is a very social person, just very introverted. So, depends on who she interacts with. Says here by Wanya Zone, I don't feel too introverted among people with similar interests. But yeah, I wait for people to approach, like in events and stuff. But I do peacocking thing. I make myself notice. So, that's actually a nice way. For introverts, this is my advice. For introverts, do the peacocking thing, like Wanya Zone said. So you will be more likely approached by people who have the same interest. And Love PSK is the same as a solo con goer. If you are a solo con goer, an extrovert who would be interested in you would approach you because you're just alone. Because it's very easy to approach someone who is alone. So try to wear something that is noticeable, noticeable, and reflects your interest. Says here by Akachi Yosero, in terms of making friends, is there such thing as being an ambivert? That's actually a great question. I know an ambivert. I think PewDiePie is an ambivert. Like he's both an extrovert and introvert. Extrovert to people that he likes to interact with, and introvert with people that like makes no sense or something like that. So I would say yes. There's a person being an ambivert when making friends because some people would be like have this kind of energy now, but for example at 6 p.m. as the convention setting, as the convention goes, that person will be drained, right? So an extrovert would be drained, would switch to his or her introvert side, and just just lie there and wait for an extrovert to pick him or her up and be friends with him or her. So by Wanya Zone, in idol events, I peacock by flexing my multiple likes. Yeah, sometimes people would approach you if you have multiple light sticks and multiple fandom related stuff, especially if it's like rare or something. I That would really attract me because sometimes I go to cons and sometimes idol events, and if someone is like flashing a rare a rare thing, of course I would approach it like, where did you get that? That is a rare thing from Japan. Okay, something like that. So I'm gonna go to what was requested earlier, making friends online. This is a um very general topic because now we're in a pandemic. It's all our interactions are faded. Oh, no more human interactions. We only have to go out when it's really necessary. So how do you make friends in the context of a pandemic? let, let me just let me just let me just drink. Stay hydrated. Drink as well. Please drink water. So on Facebook, I've been joining these groups. For example, we pretend it's 1453. We pretend like we're Captain Raymond Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We pretend that we are like the beings in Nathan's comics, something like that. So you have to join a group again. So this is like an intersection with my previous topics earlier. So you join a group wherein your interests are the same as these other people. So for example, for the group that is This Is Wholesome, a Facebook group called This Is Wholesome, then you try to post a wholesome post. For example, I painted a cow. who here who here who here likes cows or something like that. And then if someone is interested in cows, then they would comment, oh, I love cows. Cows are great, especially with sunflowers or something like that. And then you engage with that person. Oh, yes, I like sunflowers too. I have painted sunflowers before. Do you want to see? Oh, of course, I want to see cows with sunflowers. And then you send that kind of picture. And then that person reacted in a positive note, and then you ask, do you want to be friends or something like that, or just send a friend request or something like that, then naturally you are friends on Facebook. And then if you interact more on that group, for example, you have another similar interest in penguins. Oh, penguins gives rocks to people they love. They're similar to proposal in human culture. Also, we have the same culture as penguins. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet, or something like that. So find a mutual interest with a person that you want to be friends with. So it doesn't have to be a specific person, but a person with with an interest. So you don't have to picture a person's appearance. So that's that's what's different between finding a friend um, online and finding a friend in real life. So find a friend online, you don't necessarily have to know what they look like, but you have to be very very careful, especially if you're a minor. Please don't go around making friends on the internet, especially if you don't know what their ages are. So please be aware of who you become friends with. Sometimes these are predators on the internet, so you have to be very very careful on that context, because if it's live, you would know and gauge if they're a bad person per se. For example, um I won't give like mainstream examples or bad examples. I actually don't know how to know if a person is bad inside, but you know, if huh I would, yeah, I would offend some people if I say some stereotypes. So let's go away from that topic, stray away from that topic. But yeah, try to gauge their post. If their posts are new account, if it's a new account, then you would know it's made in 2020 or something like that. You try to engage, check their other posts if they're posting something illegal, or if they're posting something that is not right, something like, oh, I like lollies or something like that. Please do not make friends with those kind of predators. Okay, so yeah, in that context, online friends are very very tricky to make, and sometimes very dangerous, because sometimes they're predators. But on most cases, they are very good friends. For example, your gaming friends. Okay, so for example, you're doing League of Legends. My brother does League of Legends, or okay, this person that you interact with has a gaming profile, and you have already played with him or her numerous times. Sometimes you're video voice calling or something like that, so you can be friends with that person. And sometimes they are the best kind of friends that you make friends with. Best kind of people you make friends with. I'm mixing words now, because when you have experienced gaming with them, you would know how they think. For example, their support, right? So they would support you even though like you're on the front lines or something like that. So you would know part of them. But if you meet them real life, not 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 soon, because there's still a pandemic going on, you would know that, oh, they're very opposite of what you picture them to be, or something like that. So be very very careful of what or who you make friends with. But this is the same as in real life. You wouldn't really know just by physical appearance if that person is kind of bad. But if you like smell weed on the or something like that, that's the example that I'm trying to say earlier. But yeah, okay, I would not be friends with someone who does illegal things, right? So if I smell weed of them, of course I would not be friends with them. Okay, so this is just a general thing, but it's my thing because I don't like to be friends with people who are doing illegal stuff. That's my definition of bad. But it depends on you what kind of characteristics or traits are your turn offs, okay, on making friends. So it says here, I use 8 light sticks at a time. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, that would fit here. Oh, like this, like this. It says here, the MNL 48 members and audience notice me easily. Oh yes, you would easily be noticed with that method. Akachi Yasero, low-key panicking at someone who's very into very, very niche interests. Oh, right. So, for example, they're very outwards. They're projecting their interest in like morbid things, such as, what are morbid things? For example, watching serial killer documentaries. So, normal people would say like once or twice that they like watching serial killer documentaries. But if they're posting about it regularly, and then they're posting gore and bizarre things that are not really appropriate for Facebook, or for any other social networking sites, of course that will be a turn off, and that person may have a deranged state of mind. So be very mindful of those kinds of person. Says here, a pro gamer move, don't have FB. Oh no. For example, which I don't have. So on your part, try other other stuff like Twitter. My Twitter handle is at OLAYSAKURA. So that's my Twitter handle if you want to follow and interact with me in Twitter if you don't have Facebook. So on Facebook, my Facebook page is Tanchikon, which is my username here. So be sure to check out Tanchikon updates, which is mainly mostly and mainly mainly Twitch. So uh, what else? So I'm just trying to skim through this before I end this live. Make sure to drink water, okay? Drink water because I'm also drinking water. Let me just skim through this. Uh, so as I stated here that even the most immoral beings have friends. You should have friends too, okay? Yeah, giving the most immoral. So if you have immoral beings as friends, do not tolerate these kind of people. Just try to be a good friend. A good friend is someone who does not keep secrets for the friend, even that secret is bad or illegal. A good friend is someone who would remind that friend to do good things. For example, my friend Aryan, who would always constantly remind me to save money save money, because I really can't save money to save my life, right? Even though I'm held at gunpoint, I can't save money. But before, that was before, but now I'm trying to save money, and I'm starting to save money, and that's a really good advice from a friend. So my friend Arian has been with me since high school, and whenever I want to do stuff like dancing, I would go ahead and grab her. She's my introvert friend, and she would dance with me as well because she's a great dancer as well. And what else? When I try to do something fandom related, she would go with me, and we would talk a lot about our fandom, something like that. So I really appreciate the friends that I have. So shout out to my friends, shout out to my friends in the idol community, to Arian, my high school friends. Hello sa inyo. To Seishun Kakome, who helped me when I was in Japan. So it's very, very nice and beneficial to have friends who always got your back, who would support you no matter what. You have to be there for them as well as a good friend. So I'm very, very blessed to have friends. So what will be my parting words? Parting, I'm gonna wah, I'm gonna wah. I'm gonna go in a bit now. So my parting words would be, I think this is my second to the last. Second, okay. Okay, I'll be writing four, four phrases, 4 sentences here. I'm really losing. I'm losing my train of thought now, so I really have to end this live in a bit. So, hmm? I misspelled some stuff. Give me a moment. Sorry. 200 IQs misspelled. Uh, While I'm writing, please drink water. Okay. Okay, so my first parting sentence, not parting word, parting sentence would be to mind your manners, okay? Always say thank you, excuse me, and sorry whenever you're approaching someone. And even though it's in the internet, for example, in the context of making friends online, you have to be mindful of your manners, especially when you're um, trying to talk with someone. Make sure that you're right using the right pronouns or something like that, because that's the essence of being respectful in the internet. And do not be a bad person who doesn't care about respecting other people. And then my second advice is to be thankful. Always be thankful of the people around you, because not everyone has the same support system as I have, because I would have broken down way before, when I if I don't have a good support system, good friends that would be there for me when I really need them. And even though I have very out of the box ideas, and very how I say this, extraordinary ideas, very bad bad ideas that are very extraordinary, the people I treat as my friends have my back, and I'm very thankful for them for that. So be thankful. Make sure to be thankful of your friends. Make sure to be vocal about being thankful and grateful about your friends, because sometimes they wouldn't feel appreciated if you don't say it out loud. So be thankful of them, and yeah, make sure that you'll be there for them. Which brings me to my third point, which is friendships always go both ways. Be supportive. Okay, it doesn't go one way. It doesn't go like for you only. So don't be narcissistic. Make sure to think about others as well, as I have mentioned mentioned prior. Always always be there for your friends. Always support your friends, because they are the ones that would support you throughout your life. So it says here by let me just go ahead and read other comments before I end this live. Um, says here, spoiler alert. There are lots of sexy zone and 17 contents in her Twitter. Yes, that's what I like. So that's what I'm projecting. I'm trying to attract people who like the same things that I like, which comes in handy, by the way, because I'm attracting people who like the same stuff as I do. It's it's very nice and very heartwarming. Mm, says here by Akachi Yosoro, somewhat expecting that there's going to be like a bell in a few minutes. Like, since this ended up feeling like a class than a live stream. Oh, does it feel like a class? Because that's my theme for my live stream. That's why I'm having like random titles and random themes for my live stream. My first stream was that I was doctor trying to teach CPR techniques and the first aid techniques, and then second stream was a lawyer when I was doing reading Twitch stream guidelines. Third stream, what was I can't remember. Dr. Stone review, so I was a mathematician. And then I was a fangirl. I unboxed Sexy Zone merchandise. And then my this other stream is like life coach. Am I a life coach? Like a something like that. And my other stream is like GRE stuff, mathematician thing. So I still don't know which kind of topics is very it's very nice. But I think what I want to do is to impart knowledge to my audience, to the people who watch me, so that at the end of the day they can take something that they can use in their lives, ideas, new ideas, out of the box ideas, if I may say, that they can use in their everyday lives in order to improve themselves or improve other people's lives. Because that's what I am. I don't think about myself that much, but I care about you people. I want to know how everyone is doing. And yeah, in that case I'm like your friend or something like that. So thank you very much for watching this stream. I hope you watch my next stream, which is solving a Rubik's Cube using algorithms. I don't know if I would fail on that stream or would be successful. Most likely I'd fail that stream. So watch me fail on my next stream. I hope you guys have a very great weekend ahead. Weekend ahead. And see you guys next time. I hope you learn a lot from this stream. Bye bye. Mata ne. Bye bye. Please make sure to subscribe. Oh, thank you very much. Bye bye.